Hi guys, I am Isa, and today we're going to learn a new programming language called Python. So first we're going to install Python. I'm just going to enter in Python. Then open this site named python.org. I'm going to show this. We're going to go to downloads, and then you can just click on this Python 3.10.2, and then it's going to download the installer, and you just run it and then follow the setup. But if you're on a 32-bit computer, you've got to go to all releases. And then you just scroll down until you reach the versions that are less than Python 3.8. After installing Python, you need an IDE. What an IDE is, it's a code editor. So for these tutorials, we're going to be using Pycharm, although there are other things you can use like VS Code or Sublime Text or other things. So I'm going to write Pycharm download. So then I'm just going to click on this second one. There's the professional version and the community version. So just download in the community version because it's free. You press the download button and do the same thing that you do with the Python installer. Just follow the setup. So when you open up Pycharm, you just wait for it to open. When you first open up Pycharm, it should be something like this, except without all of these. So, you don't want to press this new project button. I'm going to ask you when you want to save your project. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it with the default ones. And then the Python interpreter. And just show the version of Python you installed here. If it says there is no interpreter, then let's go on to this place. Press this ... button. Then you just click on System Interpreter, and then press this button. Then it's gonna ask for where Python is located on your computer. So right now my interpreter is already configured. You can just click on Create. And then it's just going to be loading all the things. Let me just close out of this. So now, by default, it's just going to show this sample Python script. So you can just select all of it or press Ctrl A and just delete them. So now, the reason we use this IDE for Python is because if you want to run Python, we have to, because Pycharm has a built-in feature which allows you to run Python projects, and then some other IDEs, you can't do that on default. So that's why we're using Pycharm. Because on other IDs, you'll have to install some extensions if you want to be able to run a Python file. So let me just write print. So what print does is that it just writes some text. And then you put these two brackets. Then you put these quotation marks. You do quotation marks every time you want to do text. And then write the text. You want it inside them. Just gonna print Python. You can press this run button to run it. I was gonna say Python. Don't worry about all of these other texts. So that's how to print text. So when you're printing numbers, you don't have to put those quotation marks. I printed the number, then the last thing we're going to learn is making variables. So, make a variable, just write the variable name, then an equal sign, and what is this? So make a new variable named name, and it's going to do the equal sign, and then I'm going to do these quotation marks since it's text. So, like that. So to make tags in Python, we use hashtag. I'm going to do hashtag string. And then we're going to make another variable named age equals to 8. So when you do that, it's a number. Like it's type as a number. When you're doing numbers, it doesn't have the quotation marks. And then let's make another variable in this mail. Also, if you want to separate two words in a variable, you can either separate them with capital letter or leave off them in lowercase letters and instead use underscores. Equals to. So booleans can either be true or false and nothing else. So when you're writing true or false, they have to start with capital letter. If I print the name, I'm going to print it. If I print the age, I'm going to print it. If I print the is underscore mail, it's going to print it. So now, if I print name plus age, it's gonna do this. Because you can't join strings and numbers together. You can join strings and numbers together. So we can set the age to, we can add these quotation marks to an age. But if we add quotation marks to an age, it won't be a number anymore. It will just be plain text. And you'll not be able to do those math operations with it, which we're going to learn in the next video. So another workaround for that is to put str, which is to convert a number to a string. Then you put the brackets and put what you want to convert it Then you put what number you want to convert to a string into it. If I run it, it still has the same result. So they're joined together, which we don't want. So you can add up another plus, and then an empty string. So we're going to print the name, and then print an empty string, and then the string value of age. So in this empty string, we're going to add space. So when I added that space and I run it, it's going to add the space. If I do name plus space plus is male, I'm going to show another error. So you can use the same str. You can use the same str method. So it's going to do that. So at least that's the end of today's tutorial. If you've enjoyed, then leave a like and subscribe. So bye.